welcome to my channel. My name is Lainey and I'm the creator behind Penny Pot Cottage, and on Facebook I am Penny Pot Cottage Crochet. Just a quick one this week really, to say that I've got a couple of new makes which I'll show you. Mostly this past week or so I've been market prepping because I've got an event coming up on Sunday, but also I have been with my grandbaby for the whole week. She came down last week, my daughter and her came down. Tom couldn't because he had to work, but they came down, they spent the whole week here. So I was back to doing bottle feeds and nappies, and then having her napping on me and going out for the day, and it was just the most magical time ever. They always say that grandchildren are different to having children, and it's so true. Maybe we're more patient, maybe we think, oh well, we've been here before, so we've got nothing to prove. That it's up to her parents. We can just enjoy it and do the fun stuff. But it was absolutely magical, best time ever. And we took her to the seaside and we took her to the river. Didn't actually put her in, just her toes, and I will insert some footage, just a few clips of just a bit of scenery things really, because where we live it's really lovely, and we're lucky enough to live only over the border from Cornwall, so we go in and out of Cornwall quite a lot. And this time we went down to Loo, which is a really pretty little harbour. But yeah, so anyway, there'll be some footage coming up of some bits and pieces that we did. But so I have been Ninny all week, which is just my favourite thing ever. But I have been market prepping because I have got an event coming up on Sunday. It's called the Ice Cream and Bubbles event. And I actually was lucky enough to get a free pitch because I booked the event through an organiser called Miss Ivy Events. And I booked the Jamaican Family Fun Day back in June, so last month. And because I booked a 3-metre pitch, I got given a free pitch for this time. So I would assume it would be the same sort of crowd, so it's going to be more family orientated. I know that my stuff doesn't particularly appeal to families because of the price point, but it's a free pitch. So really, apart from my costs, and I can't remember what it was last time I went to the Jamaican Family Day because it's the same place as at Mount Edgecombe Country House. So it'll be the same. So it'll just be my fuel costs. It is just, I think, just about an hour and a quarter from home. So I think it was around about £15 in petrol for the round trip. So, you know, hopefully I'll make that back. I never say I'm guaranteed. I did a craft fair once last year, and I was there, and Lucie was there actually, so she'll remember it. And it was a place called the Red and Black Club, and it was like I think it was like a football, I was gonna say a workman's club, but I think it was the club attached to a youth's football ground, if that's right. But it was up this lane. There was one little sign on the main road. There was this little sign, and the sign said 11 till 3. Well, I'd been posting everywhere that it was 11 till 4. The organisers couldn't decide whether they were running till 3 or 4. There was nothing outside the event to say anything was coming on. It was a bit of a shambles. It wasn't organised brilliantly, but also for me, it didn't have the right footfall. It didn't actually have very much footfall. Lucie did amazingly. The people that did come in, they brought all her stuff, which was amazing, and I'm really happy for her. But as I say, because I don't really particularly do children-led items, yeah, that's not my market, and I know that. So it was £20 for the table, and I didn't sell a single thing. And I'm not sure that I even got a commission out of that one, or did I? No, I did. I tell a lie. I got a commission, which meant that the £20 on the table, in effect, I didn't lose as much as that because my cats are £20. Obviously there's the material, so I think I come out with about 15, 14, 15, something like that. So anyway, we're not harboring those vibes. We're not asking for those vibes. We are very much in the positive frame of mind. And as this was free, then yeah, really hope that everything should go. But anyway, everything should go well my way. I really must remember to finish my sentence and not just finish it in my head, because sometimes it just doesn't make sense what I come out with. So I do apologise if that happens. So let me show you some of the things that I've made. I'm going to show you my disaster first because it's terrible. It's absolutely dreadful. I have wanted to make a sea turtle probably since I started crocheting. You can just see the head. It looks fine from here, right? Just wait. So I've wanted to make a sea turtle ever since I discovered crocheting. It's probably one of the first things that I saw on the YouTube channels when I started watching them. You know, I was going to say Refined Vibes. I'm not sure. She must have done sea turtles, but Crochet Vision, she does an absolutely beautiful sea turtle. I absolutely love it. I'd love to get her pattern, but it's not released yet. I don't know if she is releasing it, because I know she says on her channel that she's got some patterns and she just hasn't got around to putting them out and releasing them. So when she does, I'd really like to get that. So Crochet Vision does amazing turtles, probably the best sea turtles that I see. And then I was going to list some, but to be honest, my brain is scrambled. So it's being a bit of a challenging time just at the minute. So yes, I wanted to do sea turtles, so I thought, well, okay, let's try. So I bought a pattern. Now I'm not going to name the pattern because I didn't like it and it didn't work well, as you'll see, but I don't think that's the pattern designer's fault. I think it's very much a me fault. But I don't want somebody to look at it and think, oh, that's really rubbish. So it wasn't. I'll explain to you why I didn't like it, and I'll explain to you why it didn't seem to work for me. But I really do think that it's me, not them. But I just don't think it's fair to link it below with a negative spin on it. I bought it off of Etsy, so let me just show you the turtle. I said this was going to be a quick video, and I think that might have been a bit of a porky pie, sorry. So here we go. I don't know how it's going to look on screen actually, because it might kind of look all right to begin with. Right. So, okay, so far, not too bad. All right, we have the fins, okay, and all that. That's fine. I don't know if it's going to show how bad it is actually. Maybe if I do it this way, do you think it'll show? Can you see? Oh, please don't laugh. Go on, you can laugh. Yeah, so let me see if it right. Can you see how dreadful? Oh gosh, I can't even look. Oh, right. So anyway, so the pattern is that you make all 4 fins separately. That's fine. That's okay. And the head. And then you make the shell and you crochet front loops only, like all the patterns seem to be. Now, it was a while ago, so I've got to try and remember. When you come to do the bottom, as you crochet round where you want, so the head, each fin and the tail, so as you crochet round, you skip stitches, and then you've got to sew in each of these parts into the hole. So basically it kind of leaves a little hole, and so wherever those holes are, you've got to stitch your pieces. So the head, all the fins and the tail. And the problem is that unless you get the holes exactly right, and obviously you can see that I didn't, so it comes out really, really wonky. So on the camera, or in real life rather, that is a straight line there. So you can see that my holes definitely didn't match up, and it wasn't really a pattern that I enjoyed so much that I wanted to practice and get it right. Because as I say, I think it's a me problem. I think it just tension or whatever. And I obviously, you can, with all patterns that I've come across that I've bought, you can adjust stitches either way, and I didn't. And if I was to do the pattern again, then perhaps I could, because I'd never made it. This was literally the first one I'd ever made. And I haven't even bothered to test it because I just don't want to make another one like it. But yeah, so if I was to go ahead and make, if I'd have enjoyed doing the pattern, I would know to add and take away single crochets and, or you know, make the gaps different. So that's a complete disaster. But I mean, he's quite sweet. He can just sit on my shelf. But yeah, and actually what's really handy is that because the fins are sewn in and in a slightly different way to what I've done before, if I have to do something else quite similar, I will use him as the test, because I can do the torque testing on these. So yeah, so anyway, he's definitely not crushing it, this one. So he's not Crush from Finding Nemo. Okay, he's gone. So sea turtles, I decided that was it, I'm done. Not a massive fan. As much, you know, they are lovely, and Lucie, bless her heart, has actually sent me a couple of I think it's free patterns actually, from Instagram, links, so to try again, to try different ones. I think one of them is no sew, but in the meantime, so I might try those, but in the meantime, I keep being asked for tortoises, and I'm sure nobody will want one now, because that always happens. People say, oh, can you make, or have you made? And I make them, and then I haven't been asked them. I was being asked for horses all the time. Since I've made a horse, apart from the 2 that I sold as a commission, I haven't been asked for any more. I'm not particularly sorry, because they take a long time. But, you know, if somebody wants one or wants to buy the one that I've got, I'll sell it and then remake another one for the stall. But yeah, they haven't been as popular as what they seem to be. So I've made a couple of tortoises, and I will put them on my stand, and I will see what happens. I'll need to find the pattern and link it below, because I absolutely can't remember which one this is. And what I can remember though is that, having seen the sea turtles when I first started crocheting, and then I started to go online, or was it look at YouTube? Might have been look on YouTube and watch some videos, and then I came across somebody who'd made a tortoise, and I got her pattern, and I believe it's a free one. So I went from the sea turtle to the tortoise, and then I forgot all about the tortoises and went on to cats. That's another story. But yes, so anyway, I got her pattern out again. So there's this one. And then there is, so then there was this one. So these two are the same colour shell, but different coloured body. And for some reason, and I really can't explain why, I really like the embroidered eyes. And I'll show you one in a minute with safety eyes, and I prefer the embroidered. And normally I don't do mouths, but actually I think tortoises, because they have a really cute little mouth, I actually did. So they've got just hand sewn mouths. So this one, I love this colour. This is Bernette Blanket actually, this blue. It's really nice. And then this is the one with the safety eyes. And I don't know, I actually prefer the embroidered. Now, I don't particularly like my embroidered eyes very much, and I don't, don't do them very often, but yeah, I quite like them. So 2 different shells and 2 different bodies, so I've got 4, and I'm just going to take those with me. I'm going to try selling them at 18, because although the parts don't take very long to make and there's not a huge amount of yarn, there is the sewing. Each piece is sewn on, and again, Lucie's sent me some Instagram links to look at to get some free patterns, so I might be able to bring that down the next time I make them if I can find a free one. But I quite like them with the actual feet. We used to have a tortoise when I was little, when I was growing up. He was called E.T. and he was brilliant, loved him. And don't know how old he was when we got him, because he was a friend of my mum and dad's, used to work in a vet's, and she said to us one day, we've got a tortoise come in that's nobody knows where he, you know, whose he is or where he's come from. If he's not claimed, would you like him? And so we just had him. You know, we after they'd had him a suitable length of time, we had him, and we had him for quite a few years. So got no idea how old he was. So yeah, he has passed away now. I don't think he would have been a good old age naturally. He might have been 60 or something, but bearing in mind tortoises can live for much longer, can't they? But I think I was a young, wasn't a young child, I was a young teenager, probably 13, well yeah, 12 maybe 13 when he died. So I don't exactly know the circumstances, but I think it was, he didn't come out of hibernation, and when my dad opened up the box, he'd passed away. So whether he'd got cold or what, we just don't know. But anyway, so he's no longer with us. But when E.T. walked along, he'd be flat like that, and then he'd raise himself up and he'd put his feet down. So I like the tortoises with their feet like that, because that just reminds me of how he used to walk along, and then he'd come up the garden and have some cucumber and tomatoes and lettuce and things like that. Anyway, so that's my tortoises. Then I decided I really did need to market prep some cats, because I've taken some up to the Artisan Island shop, which is in Weymouth. As far as I know, I haven't sold anything yet. I haven't heard, but it's a huge shop, and I think they've got something like 500 sellers. So it might be that they don't let you know until the end of the month. They probably can't afford to ping a message to everybody all the time to say that they've sold something, because that would just be ridiculous. But there's 2 other crocheters. Yeah, there's 2 other crocheters doing different things to me, but there are 2 others to choose from. So I guess if somebody was interested in crochet, they might pick theirs. I don't know. Anyway, I don't know. The little shop in Bovey Tracy, Emma was away for a week out of the month of June, I think it was. So basically I didn't get any sales in June because she was away for a week, and then the shop's gone to shorter hours because it's not holiday time yet, although it will start next week, and I think her opening hours will extend again then. But she has already sold a couple of my bits this month, so I've got to send some more items over to her. So I've done some market prepping, because having sent my stuff to Artisan Island and sent some stuff to Emma to replenish the stuff that had sold back in May, my stock was getting a little bit low, and the 2 events that I had in June took some of my stock as well. So I decided to try a new pattern. Now this is just a fun one. I'm not going to make any more. It's okay, but I won't be able to sell it for a huge amount, probably £20. And with the extra bits sewn on and that, it took a lot more time and effort. So anyway, but he's just fun. I'll link the pattern to him below, but I will say that I fiddled and fudged about with it in a massive way. It was nowhere near. I used the pattern very loosely as an inspiration, but I'll still link it in case anybody is interested in it. I might, if I get fancy enough, put a picture up here or somewhere of what the pattern's supposed to look like. I knew that mine would never look like that. I knew I wasn't going to make it quite like that. So it's kind of come out how I intended, but it's just for the amount of work. You know, the eyes are sewn on, the ears are sewn on, the feet aren't. No, the feet are sewn on as well. So yeah, for the amount of effort and what I'll be able to charge for him, I won't make another one. But he was just fun. He's a bit of fun. So she'll go wee. He didn't fall on the floor, so that's all right. But then I went back to my cats, and I just love doing these. But what I've decided to do for a while is trial doing the mini cats. So they're the kittens. They're not the minis. And I've really got into doing these. I'm not the fastest crocheter in the world, so I can't knock them out. Lucy reckons you can knock one out in 30 minutes. I mean, blimey, Lucy, your hook must be going like the speed of light, because I can't. But also, my brain just can't concentrate for that length of time in one go. It wanders, really does. Or my phone message pings, quite often with a message from Lucy, and then I just have to stop everything and answer it. So I'm my own worst enemy, because if I just put my phone away, I could probably concentrate, probably get on with it, but the concentration goes. Anyway, so we have, they're the smaller kittens, but they're still a really nice, decent size. I'm going to put them up for 15. I've never had a problem selling my others for 20, so these are going to be 15, and I'll just see what people think of them. If they still gravitate towards the bigger ones, then I'll go back to doing the bigger ones. Disclaimer, I haven't defluffed them or anything. They've literally been hot off the hook. They've been sitting on my sideboard, because I will do all the defluffing and the tagging and everything tomorrow night, Friday night, in preparation for Sunday. So this one has got embroidered eyes. Like I said before, I'm not a huge fan of my embroidered eyes. And the reason for that was I was trading at a show with Steve called the Scythian Show on Monday. And in the car journey on the way down, I was doing his face and went to put in the safety eyes, and I just didn't have a really hard solid surface to press down on. I find these guys, the eyes are so hard to get in with the tools, and I've got a couple of different tools, and they're really good, and when they go in, they go in, but I have to stand over them and really push down. I can't, let me put those two down. I can't do it where I can't push like that. I have to push down like that. If you use safety eyes, you'll know exactly what I mean. Anyway, I couldn't. I just couldn't get the backs on at all. So I didn't bother, but I was impatient. I wanted to finish it. So yeah, I just did embroidered eyes. It's all right. I'm just not madly in love. I mean, these are all the same, different coloured eyes. I experimented a little bit with eyes in different places, and actually what I have decided, if I can find one, is that I prefer the eyes closer together. These always look wonky on screen. I don't know why. Like the noses and things like that, they look weird, but I promise in real life they don't look quite so weird. So yeah, the eyes definitely I prefer a bit closer together. So these two, this I bought thinking that it would be really popular, especially with kids. I've made a couple and I have eventually sold them, but it's not one that people come towards it and go, oh, look at that, but then they buy the more. I don't know why I'm pointing to that one. That's not exactly natural colours, but they love it, but then they buy the natural colours. So I've just done one as a fun, and it's kind of with that, I'll use it, and when I sell one, I'll make another one, but I don't want a whole stand full of them. Lovely. Oh, he's probably got my favourite face, actually. Hello. This is called Porcelain, and it's by Snug. It's horrible. And I'm so disappointed because I actually love it. It's like an off-white. So it just is so nice. There is a cream as well, and I haven't ever ordered the cream, so I don't know what cream's like. But there's a white, there's a porcelain, and there's a cream, and it's lovely to look at. It's horrible. It's really scratchy. And if you've used Snug, you'll know what I mean. White is hands down my favourite. It's soft but not buttery, so it doesn't melt. Lucie, I keep mentioning Lucie today, it's because I love her. Lucie always says how much she loves the ones that are really, really soft and really buttery, like this. So this, and I can't remember the name of it. This is Snug. I don't like using this because it's too loose. It comes out too loose for my liking. And I have to try and get it as tight as I possibly can just to get the same sort of tension, because otherwise, I mean, these are actually the same size kittens, and if I put them together, there's ever such a slight difference in size. So as much as I like the softness of this, I don't like working with it. But this is really scratchy, and it's like the black and the dark brown, they're all the same. So I don't know why this one is, because this is a light colour, but it is, and it's not very nice. And I've got one more to show you. Hang on a second. It was over the other side of the bed. So this is the white. So if you can see on the screen, there's a very slight difference in the colour. But yeah, so this is beautiful to work with. This, not so much. But there's those two. So that's the kittens that I'm going to have up. I've still got a few of the cats, and I've still got the chunky pigs, the chunky cows, some of the other, the birds. I've still got the 3 birds that I made. So I've still got some stock, but I really did need to replenish on the cats. And then I decided to do a different pattern as well. Now this again was a bit of an experiment. It was supposed to be a cat. It's called the Marshmallow cat, and I'll link the pattern below. I'm not unhappy with how it came out, but to me it's more either dog or bear. It's not, I think it's the ears, and I think it was me, I just didn't do it properly. But this is quite a big boy. Have a look. I mean, he is cute. There is fluff on him, I know. Tail is a little bit weird, if I'm honest. In the pattern definitely looks nicer, but I'm not unhappy with him. I think he would look really lovely just, you know, laying on a child's bed or something like that. He's not meant to have any feet or anything. He is literally a marshmallow, and he's got a bit of a dip here. That's on purpose because he's got round cheeks, and I do like the face shaping and all that. So yeah, I'm not unhappy, but yeah, probably more bear like. And if I'd have done him pure white, then I probably could have just said he was a polar bear. But I didn't do the ears till last, so the ears just need to be sort of more pointed, but they don't stay. So I think he's cute, and hopefully somebody will love him one day. I envisage I'm probably going to have him for quite a long time, because he is going to be quite expensive, because he was a huge amount of yarn and stuffing. He's complete, no, he's not completely no-sew, that's a lie, because you sew the ears on, but otherwise he's all no-sew. So I love the shape of him. I love, you know, the body and then into the head, and I actually really liked the shape of the face. But the other thing is you start with a chain, and I'm not really a fan of that. I much prefer the magic circle. I think that's because that's what I learnt with, and that's what I've used in almost all my makes, so it's just not as natural to me to make a chain. But yeah, so I mean, he's really soft. He's really squidgy. He's not soft actually, because I do tend to pack them really hard, but he will squidge up over time. So maybe somebody will love him. But yeah, I'm a bit nervous at the fact that because I've made him in white, and because I know that he's going to be hanging around a long time, I really should have made him in a darker colour. But the pattern was white, and when I if you look at the pattern, you'll see just how nice it is and how nice it looks. But yeah, so because I always seem to forget to say to Snug, don't send my items in organza bags, so I've always got a load. It's actually really handy on this occasion because I'm going to carry him around in that, and that'll just keep him a bit cleaner. So should we see how long we keep him for? I think it is going to be a long time, but who knows. So that's all the makes and everything I've got for you at the moment. Lucie has tagged me in the IG Show the Love challenge, so thanks for that, Luce, and I will get onto it. Just at the moment I need to I need to get rest of my market prep done. I'm doing a farmer's market for Steve on Saturday for the cherry tree preserves. So Saturday's out for me because I'll be off early morning, and then when I get back in the afternoon, late afternoon, I'm going to have to unload my car of his stuff and then reload it with mine, ready to go off early again Sunday morning, because it'll be like a 6 AM start for me Sunday morning. So I am having my daughter and Nelly down last week as well, meant that I couldn't complete it when she tagged me in it, or couldn't get started on it when she tagged me on it. So I will do, promise. So that will be coming up at some point, and obviously I will do a market recap for you after after the weekend at some point. But yeah, at the moment that's all I've got for you. So I will insert some video clips of what I've been up to, some scenery, some baby and I think I've got a little bit of Steve's stall actually from when we did Scythians, just so you can see what he does as well. But other than that, I will catch you all again very soon. Okay, all right, lots of love, speak to you later, bye bye. Oh.
Just name it itself. You put me a name in it. I'll tell you who I want to do. 10 seconds.
Hey, Lazy Bear, you coming over?